In this video, I want to talk about why we want qualified retirement plans like IRAs or 401ks or 403bs, right? These few tax qualified retirement accounts. Why we want them paying out monthly, even if that's not required. So in a Medicaid planning context in Florida, different assets are treated differently, and not all assets are countable. And specifically, the qualified retirement account, which I'm going to just call IRAs. When I say IRAs, I mean 401ks or 403bs or SEPs or simple IRAs or Roth IRAs, right? I'm going to say IRA just as that one generic term. But if you have an IRA, or any qualified retirement account, it will not count as an asset when determining whether you are or are not eligible for Florida long-term care Medicaid benefits to help pay for care at home or in a long-term care facility like an ALF or a nursing home. It will not count if and only if it's paying out in regular distributions. So sometimes we call that RMDs, required monthly distributions, but we don't have to call it that, because whether it's a required monthly distribution, right? I have clients who are under the age of 73, and therefore distributions from any of these accounts are not required. I have clients who have Roth IRAs who never have a required distribution. But even for those clients, if they have a qualified retirement account like an IRA, I'm still going to instruct them to have the account start paying out monthly, because if it's paying out in a regular distribution, then the value of that asset is invisible. It could be, I've quite often have clients who have IRAs that are worth $200, $500, $900, $1 million, and they don't count as assets as long as there are regular distributions coming out of them. Now, I want these distributions coming out monthly. Why is that? Well, we have this other rule in Medicaid that we have to be cognizant of in addition to the asset test, which is the income test. And the income test says if you have, in any calendar month, if you have money that exceeds the current income cap, and that amount changes every year, so we have to look, I'll link to another page or another video where I talk about the monthly income cap for this year. But if your monthly income from all sources combined, including Social Security, including rental income, including pension income, including IRA distributions, which will still count as income, even though that asset doesn't count, will still count as income. If all that exceeds the income cap, you're not eligible for Medicaid. So again, why do I want that coming out monthly usually? Well, usually there are people who will take their income quarterly or even annually, and their distribution might be $16,000 for that year. Well, if we break that up monthly, that's a lot easier for us to deal with than the once a month where $16,000, or again, I'm using that as a hypothetical example, might come into the person's account. So if their income doesn't otherwise exceed the income cap amount for just that 1 month, they may lose their benefits for that month if they're in a nursing facility, because Medicaid wants to be the payer of last resort. So if you're in a nursing home and your income exceeds the cost of the nursing home, Medicaid basically takes the position, why do we need to pay for this? You have more than enough income, even if it's just for that 1 month. So because we never want to get to that point, I want the income coming in monthly, even if we have to filter some of it through what's known as a Miller Trust or a qualified income trust. There's one situation where I might say, at least at one point in time, to take our distribution once for the year, and that's only in a nursing home setting. Because what I might say is, let's take out the full distribution for this year so that we don't have to make any more distributions for this calendar year, and then we'll protect the money using one of our other Medicaid planning tools. But starting the beginning of the next year, then we'll have it start paying out monthly, and that will minimize the amount that we have to pay to the nursing home. So as you can see, there's a lot of factors involved with retirement accounts. And in fact, Medicaid treats lots of different asset classes differently, which is why it's incredibly important to have this conversation, to schedule a consultation with an experienced Florida Medicaid planning attorney. We do serve the entire state of Florida. If you're interested in talking more about how we can protect your retirement account and other assets to qualify for care at home or in a long-term care facility, please schedule a consultation today. Thank you for watching.